Finding the perfect camera bag can be a challenge, but I think for most photographers, the type of bag that is the biggest challenge is a shoulder bag or messenger style bag. It's hard to find the one that carries the amount of gear that you want in the way that you want it carried. But I may have found one that you're going to like. It's a review of the Think Tank Photo Spectral 10 on this episode of Behind the Shot. Hi, I'm Steve Brazel, the host of the Behind the Shot podcast on the This Week in Photo Network. And you'll notice I'm surrounded by a lot of bags today. Probably like you, or at least like a lot of photographers. I love camera bags. I have a lot of them, and what I'm finding is I'm tending to lean towards one or two companies that kind of match the way that I use a bag. And I got a new bag I want to talk to you about today. This is going to be my review of the Think Tank Photo Spectral 10. It's kind of like a messenger bag, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But first, I just want to talk about Think Tank Photo. The last bag review that I did was from a company called Mindshift Gear. It's this backpack, the Backlight 26L. You can go back in previous episodes and find the review of that one. It's a bag I still love and still use regularly. If I'm going to be outside hiking, walking around the beach, or climbing a mountain, that's the bag that I'm going to use. But I also noticed that I have a lot of Think Tank stuff. This is the bag I actually keep all my equipment in. It locks up easily. If I'm going to a shoot where I need to take a bag full of gear, I take it in the Think Tank Airport International version 2. I like it because if I'm backstage, I can lock that bag up to a table, lock the zippers, and people can't get in and take my gear while I'm out shooting a show. I'm a concert photographer, in case you already didn't know. But one other thing I do is if I'm shooting a festival or something, I tend to wear two cameras, a Canon 5D3 and a Canon 5D4, on a double black rapid strap. And for my lenses, I carry them again in a Think Tank product. It's the Think Tank belt system. Love this belt system. But there are times I use a messenger style bag. For example, for years I shot concerts with one body, but then a messenger style bag hanging on my other hip. And the problem I found was, as I'm moving around people, the bag that I was using, which is this one right here, was too thick. And so as I'd be turning around in a photo pit, I'd hit people with it. I did like how it stored gear inside and how much gear I could put in. It just wasn't conducive to the way I use my gear. Same if I'm walking around a street. It wasn't as unobtrusive as I would like a bag to be as I'm walking around a city photographing as a tourist or something like that. So recently, I got this bag. Again, Think Tank Spectral 10. This is kind of a messenger style bag. And I've been sitting on this bag for a while because the truth is sometimes you look at a bag on paper like this one and it appears to be the perfect bag. But then I started thinking there's no such thing as the perfect bag. I need to spend some time with it. I need to use it. I need to find out if it works for the way I use a bag and kind of get some ideas if it might work for the way that you use a bag. So after using it for a while, I've got some impressions of this bag that I kind of want to share with you. First of all, the too long didn't read version of this is, again, it's a Think Tank bag and I love the thing. This is going to replace that other bag for carrying my gear to jobs before I take the cameras out, put them on my rapid strap, put my Think Tank belt system on, and if I'm walking with one body and need to carry lenses with me, that's the bag that I'm going to use. So let's talk about the Spectral 10 for a little bit. The reason that I like this bag partially is it not only can carry one body and a number of lenses, but you can also, if you need to, like I do, carry two bodies in it. Now, if you do carry two bodies, you're not going to fit a lot of lenses in there, but you'll still fit some. So let's talk about the outside of the bag first. And I've got metal things on here, so I'm going to try not hitting them on this metal table. But on the outside of the bag, starting on the back of the bag, if you are carrying this with luggage, right, you're traveling with it, it does have a luggage pass through. That's kind of nice. And it also has a storage area back here that's Velcroed if you need to carry your passport or documents or something like that. On one side, it has a balloon pocket for water, or for that matter, you could probably fit some lenses in there. I like that. I don't know why there isn't one on that side. Just why leave an empty spot? If you throw in another pocket here, I could carry a Gatorade and maybe some snack bars. But you can't really do that as easily just on the outside of the bag. It has one handle on the top. The handle is not centered. I will say, I kind of wish it was centered. You'll notice just by holding it by the handle, it kind of hangs at an angle. And sometimes when you set it down, like right now on this table, it's staying pretty good. But depending on how your gear is laid out inside, it will have a tendency to fall forward, which I'm not real comfortable with. But all in all, minor gripe. The handle itself, though, like all Think Tank stuff, amazingly stitched, amazingly built. Let's talk about the strap for a minute. This strap may be the most comfortable strap I've worn with 2 camera bodies on my shoulder in a long, long time. This is really, really a well-made, well-done camera bag from the outside point of view. So let's talk about the inside. And to get inside, it's a latch system I've never used before. I'm guessing it's a Think Tank invention. And it's kind of interesting. It's just this little pull tab. I don't know if you can see it on film. You just pull this and it opens right up. Okay? It's not really hard to do, although it didn't come out that fast that time. But it's just those 2 clips, so you have an adjustment on where you can clip it. What's really wild is if it's just sitting and you just close it, it's latched already. All I did was lay the thing down and it latched. And then you pull it off and believe it or not, it just latched again already. When I first opened this bag, that was the first thing I went, that's kind of cool. You're walking down the street, you're photographing as a tourist, open the flap, drop it, it latches itself. Really, really neat. One downside, I tend to pack a lot in here. And if you pack a lot in here, it's not going to do that, so you do want to make sure that you push it down and make sure that it latches when you need it. So let's talk about the inside a little bit here. When you first open up this bag, what you're going to notice is that there's this flap that's Velcroed to the lid. The reason for that is that can come undone, and it's a zippered lid for your camera area. So if you're a traveler and you're shooting overseas or something and you want your camera gear safe, but you still want access to those incidentals that you have up front, you can open this, get into this area, but not have somebody just walking by reach their hand in and get into your camera gear. I really like this. It normally just Velcros here, or this Velcros as well, and you can tuck that flap up inside here so that it's not an issue for you. For me, it's not really in the way, and I tend to just leave it Velcroed to the lid. It works fine for me. Let's talk about the inside. I only have 1 divider in here right now. Works for me. I put a Canon 5D3 here and a Canon 5D4 here. That's pretty much all that I carry. It comes with a lot more dividers, and you can kind of lay it out however you need, but that's how I do it. Let's talk about the front a little bit here. So the front, one of the things I love about the Spectral 10 is it fits a full-size 10-inch iPad. So if I'm on a job and I'm shooting, sometimes I need to turn around 1 or 2 pictures of a concert really quick for the venue that I'm shooting for so that they can put them up on social media. Well, if I only have my phone with me, I do it with my phone, but if I can carry an iPad, that's handy. I use the Wi-Fi built into this Canon 5D4 that I'm recording with. I put it over onto the iPad. I use Snapseed to edit the photo and email it off to them. And inside this pocket, this right here is a full-size iPad pocket. Really, really nice. 2 pockets here that you can put stuff in, and of course you have stuff here. And they have attached clips and these little red rings that you can attach to as well. Really nice inside. Now let's talk about the front. The front of this is the one area I had some issues with, okay? And while I'm thinking about it, this just hit me. You'll notice clips down here as I'm holding the bag. It comes with straps so that you can attach them down on the bottom to put a tripod on the bottom to carry it with you like a little Gitzo Traveler or whatever your little traveler tripod is. So these front pockets, they're handy. I tend to put my earplugs, because I wear earplugs at concerts. I tend to put cleaning lenses in there, maybe spare batteries, stuff like that. This one, it's going to be hard to see because I can't really open it very far, unfortunately, but it has pen pockets in there. And then this is open all the way down, but there's no elastic, there's no zipper, there's no anything. If you drop something way down in here, you're going to be doing this to get it out. I just think that this should have had some kind of, this spongy material, this springy material, so that you could get in there, or maybe a zipper. Same with this side. This one's a little easier. You can fit your whole hand in there, and it's also really soft inside. So if you want to put sunglasses in here, they're going to be fine. I tend to put, like I say, my batteries and stuff in there. But it carries a lot. Minor gripes, this little pocket and this one not having, some kind of opening access. Other than that, yeah, this is a really nice messenger bag. There's no question at this point for me, this is going to be my messenger bag of choice from here on out. Now, if you're looking for a bag like this, Think Tank Photo is available anywhere that you can go, but this does come in different sizes. I think it's an 8 and a 15, and then this is the 10, as I recall. But the Spectral 10 from Think Tank Photo, great bag. If you've got it or if you've tried it, give me your ideas in the comments either on YouTube, or you can also, of course, send me any comments that you might have at the contact page at thisweekinphoto.com. Again, I'm Steve Brazel, the host of the Behind the Shot podcast. This has been a review of this bag in front of me. Thank you very much, and we'll talk to you on the next episode. By the way, make sure you subscribe so that you always get the Behind the Shot podcast in your podcast app. We'll see you soon.